Hello and welcome to another edition of Nature's Glory Cabin Off-Road Edition, where we explore trails in the area off-road with the Jeep. And today we're going to be back in the Daniel Boone backcountry byway. This is day 3 of the fall meet, and we will be exploring Mountain Springs, also known as Furnace Pilot Road. This is rated a little higher than anything else we've done. This one does require a little heavier equipment. Most say at least 35-inch tires. We were running 33s. We also had a guy running 31s that got through it. But we had a lot of help, a lot of spotting. If you watch through this, we are. This is just the action. I lost some footage due to a computer issue, but we had everybody as we were going through here. This is the very first obstacle. If you notice this big mud hole to the right nobody is going through, I'm told it's about 4 feet or more deep. So we were going around the bypass. This Ford Explorer was the longest guy in our group. And some people took a few tries to get through here. And some got through it the first try. It's not real muddy. It had been dry for quite a while at this time. This is the last day of the meet. Again, this is Mountain Springs, also known as Furnace Pilot Road. And I think there's 8 or 10 of us in this group. At the end of this is a pretty good rise, and it took a few tries for a few people to get through here. I don't have a lot of footage of my Jeep as I was driving and didn't have a lot of people filming me, but that's okay. I got 1 or 2 shots. But I did navigate everything, and I believe I got through everything the first time. And he didn't have too much trouble, and he got through it pretty good. There's a drop off here that he's going to be going down next. And there's a FJ. And you'll watch him pick up his left front tire. Quite a few people picked up their left front tire coming out of this. There it is off the ground. And here comes the CJ. This guy's running a factory AMC V8. Look, he's running, I don't know, 36, 37s, and he doesn't have much trouble at all. He goes right on through here. Picking up that left front wheel and heading right on. This is the drop-off I mentioned. You got a little flex going on the front, that right front tire tucked up into the fender. This is the beginning where you first come down. This guy's running, I believe he told me, 36s. A locker in the rear. And he gets through it pretty easily too. Everybody's picking up that left front tire coming out of there so far. This guy here is the one with the smallest tires. He's running 31s and a very minimal lift. He has a little more trouble than most, but he gets through everything. Takes a little extra time. I sped this up because he took several tries. But as you can see, with enough help, you can get through it fairly easily. I believe he said he did have a rear locker. 98 TJ, I believe. There, carry it on up and out. He made it out. And I think he's probably about the last guy, and we're going to work our way on down to the next obstacle, which has a split rocks with a ravine between them. Those with the bigger tires went over it, and most of us that had smaller tires ran the bypass to the left. We'll see that here in just a minute. Okay, here's a guy. This guy's running 40s. From what I'm told, this is a new build. I've got a couple different angles of him going across these split rocks. We had a guy on 35s with a Toyota Land Cruiser like this that got over this without any trouble, without banging anything as well. Just doesn't have the footage of that one. I want to thank Tristan Stanhope for helping me out with some of the footage. So I lost some, he had some, and I had some, and I put them both together to make this video. There's a falling off the rock, got a little close to the inside edge there. Again, didn't look like he banged anything. And I got another view from the front, I believe, of that same truck, just to kind of a little more detail. There he is right there. The bypass is off to the right. You'll see some vehicles coming down through it in a minute, and I believe I actually have video of the old Muddy Blue. There's the FJ. He came all the way down and decided not to go across the split and cut across, and had that right rear tire off the ground. There's me coming down the bypass. What you didn't see is how deep that water was. The next guy you'll see a little closer videos. This left side, you get off camber, you drop in it pretty good. It's not as bad as you think. And about everybody else went down the bypass. I believe there's one other vehicle that goes down the little rock split, and then the guy with the white Jeep comes up at the end, and they come down together. Another one coming down the bypass. This is the CJ, I believe. He probably, with the tires he had, he probably could have gone the other way, but he opted not to. That's the nice thing about it. You can decide which way you want to go on a lot of these, and then sometimes you have no choice. Okay, here's the guy on 36s. You can see the white Jeep behind him. He's going to go the bypass, and they're going to kind of come down almost at the same time. He stayed a little further to the driver's side on that and didn't slip down into the crack between the rocks, and he came off of it a little better. And here we are with the more challenging uphill with all the rocks, trying to get up this hill at Mountain Springs. This took us a little while to get up it. Took most people several attempts. Again, I didn't get any video of me because I was actually in it and lost my video. That's me behind this guy, but for some reason I didn't get video. There's a rock, he's getting ready to cross that one right there that I banged my rear end on when I came up. Now I did happen to make it in one attempt, and there's only 2 or 3 of us that made it up in one attempt. It's a pretty challenging spot, and you had to carry some momentum to get over it and have some clearance. I did bang my rear differential on that rock. Luckily, it didn't do anything but scrape the paint. What tends to happen here, and this Toyota did it, is his driver's side rear slammed into that mud wall, and he got a little cave in on his plastic bumper. And I believe it's the same place that I threw my rear bumper in, and it wiped a little bit of the powder coating, the crinkle of the powder coating off. You tend to have to straddle that rock to get up. It just doesn't want to let you go over it. Threw him to the side and went right over it. This guy doesn't have any lockers. I don't know if the FJ in front of him did or not. He didn't spend a lot of time on it. He went ahead and pulled line and pulled himself out of it. You'll see that in a minute. Again, you see that rock that everybody wants to pull you over top of it. You pretty much don't have much of a choice, depending on your clearance, whether you can make it or not. And they're going to pull a little line, just kind of pull him over that rock. Once they get him over that, it's home free. There is another line further driver's side that has a deep edge. Now here's the CJ coming on up it, and he looks like he's going to make it, I believe, in one try. It's a different cell phone video, but he got right up it. Here's the guy with the new build on 40s, and again, it's a new build. He's just out here on it the first time, so he's takes a couple of runs at it. Once he gets going and getting up there, it goes right on. He took a little different line. He kind of stayed passenger over against the side. Most of us went more toward the center and then up. And once he got over that rock, home free again. I think I sped that up a little bit. Here comes the longest one of the bunch, the Explorer. It takes him a little bit. He does make it up. Being a little bit more cautious. I don't know if I had kept it in the video or not, but you'll see him spinning the tires and see some smoke coming off of them, possibly. I wouldn't recommend doing this trail alone. There are opportunities to break things. But you know your skill level and you know your vehicle. They're trying to decide how to get him out of there. He's over that rock right now that's been causing everybody so much trouble. And everybody getting out of the way, and he's going to have another run at it. Or two or three. There's the smoke coming off those tires. There we go. Once you got over that, home free. You've got to carry a little momentum in that one spot to get on out. And here comes the guy with 36s. He's going to try it a couple times. I believe he tries to come up the other side ultimately. We'll watch here and see. This is the final obstacle. Once everybody gets up this, we're home free and we're done. The video will be over. So don't have a whole lot left to do. But I just want you to see that one rock seems to be everybody's nemesis getting over it. Again, I think he only has a rear locker, whether that mattered or not, but sitting there trying to decide what to do next. He's decided to come up the other side. And now he's going to take a run at the other side. I believe he gets right up it, if I recall correctly. There's a mud hole right there if you carry on through it. And there it is, he's up and out. Now we got the final guy on the smaller tires. I sped this up a lot. He ended up taking several attempts, and you might know it. He took so many attempts that somehow I missed him at the end actually making it up, but he did finally make it up. But it's interesting to watch, see the different lines, and the smaller tires, the big difference that it made from the 36s the guy before to the 31s on this Jeep. He gets close quite a few times, but just doesn't quite make it until he carries the momentum just right. And again, I missed it at the end. He ends up trying back and forth several ways. He ultimately does make it up on the right side of this hill as we're facing it here, the driver's side. Hope everybody's enjoyed this video. This is the Daniel Boone Backcountry Byway, Mountain Springs Furnace Pilot Road. I appreciate everybody watching. Please like and subscribe, or just come back and watch more videos. That'd be great. Thanks again.